do, and Logan is a prick who is just trying to throw his money around to try and repair his ring.
Stand up. Stand up. Stand over here.
Why?
Stand over here. Let me see your hands.
Shocking reports surrounding Anthony Joshua's recent accident have sent the boxing world into a frenzy, with fans across social media dissecting every detail and questioning everything they see. As Joshua focuses on recovery, online speculation has exploded, pulling unexpected names into the conversation and turning the situation into a full-blown controversy. Jake Paul's reaction to the incident has only added fuel to the fire. His social media response struck many fans as oddly casual at a moment when people expected clear support and concern. That disconnect immediately sparked debate, with critics questioning his tone rather than alleging any confirmed wrongdoing. While supporters brushed it off as misinterpretation, others saw it as another example of poor judgment in a sensitive moment. Logan Paul also found himself under scrutiny after posting his own reaction. Fans quickly picked apart the timing and language of his message, arguing that it felt out of step with the seriousness of the situation. As Joshua battles through recovery, public attention has shifted toward how high-profile figures respond when real consequences are involved. The center of it all is a growing contrast fans can't ignore. One fighter dealing with real-world fallout, and influencers navigating public perception under a microscope. No accusations have been proven, but the optics alone have reignited long-standing criticism of the Paul brothers and raised fresh questions about accountability, empathy, and responsibility in modern boxing culture.
Two officials in Nigeria, they ran into a stationary truck while trying to change lanes on the roads. Just a horrific accident. I don't want to start, assigning blame to something that I don't have the report for, but
Alexander Usyk's message cut through the noise and reminded everyone what real respect in boxing looks like. While much of the online reaction focused on tone, optics, and controversy, Usyk spoke from a place of genuine empathy, addressing Anthony Joshua not just as a rival, but as a fellow human being dealing with unimaginable loss. His words reflected true solidarity, acknowledging the tragedy Joshua is facing and honoring the memory of those close to him. It was a moment that highlighted the deeper side of the sport, where competition fades and shared humanity takes over. No hype, no self-promotion, just sincere concern and support. Fans quickly noticed the contrast. Usyk's response felt grounded, thoughtful, and authentic. The kind of reaction people expect from someone who understands that being a champion isn't only about what happens in the ring. It's about how you show up when it matters most. Joshua continues to show strength through grief and recovery. The respect coming from peers like Usyk reinforces a simple truth. Boxing at its highest level isn't just built on power and skill, but on character, empathy, and mutual respect.
This is an unbelievable loss. Sinna and Latif are two incredible people who were not only part of AJ's team, but also friends. My sincere condolences to their families, loved ones, and everyone who knew them. Anthony Joshua, wishing you a speedy recovery.
Joe Rogan's response stripped the situation down to its most sobering reality. He emphasized just how close Anthony Joshua came to something far worse, pointing out that the circumstances alone make the outcome difficult to comprehend. The crash, by all accounts, had the potential to be devastating, and Joshua's survival underscores both resilience and the unpredictable nature of moments like this. Rather than leaning into speculation or dramatic narratives, Rogan focused on perspective. His reaction centered on how quickly life can shift, especially for athletes whose careers already revolve around calculated risk. It was a reminder that no amount of strength, preparation, or status can fully insulate someone from real-world danger, that in a moment where emotions run high and reactions vary wildly. Rogan's takeaway stood out for its simplicity. The line between tragedy and survival is thinner than most people want to admit, And this incident brought that truth into sharp focus for the entire boxing community.
I mean,
that's bonkers. Thank God he didn't have a seatbelt on. I never say that. Thank God he didn't have a fucking seatbelt on, because if he did,
there's no way.
He would be dead.
There's
probably, or fucking severely.
Eddie Hearn's response brought the focus back to where it belongs, on Anthony Joshua and the families affected by the tragedy. In moments like this, the difference between noise and genuine leadership becomes obvious. Hearn spoke with clarity and care, emphasizing support, responsibility, and compassion over headlines, rather than engaging with controversy or speculation. Joshua's team closed ranks around him, prioritizing his well-being and ensuring he had the best possible care and support during an incredibly difficult time. That kind of response doesn't seek attention. It provides stability that the boxing world looks on. Hearn's approach offered a clear example of what real leadership looks like away from the spotlight. Championships aren't just defended in the ring. They're reflected in how teams protect their fighters, stand by their families, and handle adversity with dignity when it matters most.
For them and the family, anything they need, sometimes when someone is a star, they have a lot of things in their life taken care of for them. So you really have to move into that mode in this situation as well. Make sure, obviously, they're getting the best medical attention, make sure their family are safe and happy.
Liam Goff's comments brought attention to the true human cost surrounding Anthony Joshua's accident. Beyond the physical recovery, the loss of close friends has added a layer of grief that puts everything into perspective. This isn't just about an athlete healing from injuries. It's about a person navigating profound emotional trauma that 8S Joshua works through both the physical and mental aftermath. The response from across the boxing world has been one of genuine solidarity. Fighters, trainers, and fans alike have rallied around him, offering support that goes beyond rivalries and rankings. In contrast, some public reactions online have been criticized for their tone, which has only highlighted the difference between surface-level commentary and authentic concern. The overwhelming sentiment, however, remains clear. Respect, empathy, and unity matter most in moments like this. And Joshua's resilience, paired with the support he's receiving, has reminded many why the boxing community can still come together when it truly counts.
Joshua injured in car accident. 2 people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the 2 people who have tragically passed, my condolences is all I can say to their friends and families. We'll definitely offer up some prayers for them.
Comments from Turkey Alashik brought a sobering tone to the conversation, emphasizing just how serious Anthony Joshua's condition could be after the crash. While no definitive medical conclusions have been made public, the concern expressed highlights how moments like this test an athlete far beyond physical strength. This isn't about championships or rankings. It's about mental resilience, focus, and recovery in the face of real-world danger. For many in boxing, the incident served as a harsh reminder that life outside the ring is unpredictable. No amount of preparation can eliminate risk, and even the strongest fighters are vulnerable when circumstances turn suddenly. As Joshua continues his recovery, the attention from respected figures within the sport reflects genuine concern rather than speculation. Further clarity around the incident, including reports discussing the stationary truck involved, reinforced how random and unavoidable the situation appears to have been. One moment of normal life turned into a life-altering event, a reality that resonates deeply across the boxing community. While some online reactions have been criticized for their tone, the overwhelming response from Joshua's peers has been one of support, respect, and empathy. Fighters, promoters, and fans alike have rallied around him, recognizing both the physical and emotional toll such an experience can carry today as the dust settles. What remains clear is Joshua's standing within the sport. He's not only respected for what he's done in the ring, but for the strength he's now showing outside of it. Fans are left hoping for a full recovery, reminded once again that behind every fighter is a human being facing challenges no highlight reel can capture.
There was someone in the stationary truck. I'm not sure about that, so I'm not going to report on that, but the truck was stationary. And Anthony Joshua's SUV struck the stationary truck.
Seeing Anthony Joshua full of energy and joy just hours before the crash makes the situation feel even heavier. Moments of laughter with friends, relaxed conversation, and talk about future fights showed a side of him fans don't always get to see, not the heavyweight champion, but the person behind the gloves. That context is what makes the aftermath so difficult to process. As supporters and fellow fighters shared messages of concern, prayers, and encouragement, many fans focused on the contrast in how different public figures responded. Some reactions felt heartfelt and grounded, while others were criticized for lacking sensitivity during a moment of real human loss. The incident has reminded people how fragile even the strongest lives can be. One moment everything feels normal, the next everything changes. For Joshua, it stripped away the image of invincibility and replaced it with something far more real, vulnerability. And that's why the respect surrounding him has only grown. Not because of belts or knockouts, but because moments like this reveal who someone is beyond the spotlight. The line between ordinary life and tragedy is thin, and this experience has reinforced why Anthony Joshua commands admiration both inside and outside the ring.
I feel like Bruce Lee when he's playing with monsters. No, dude.
Chris Eubank Jr.'s response captured the quiet respect fighters have for Anthony Joshua in moments that go far beyond competition. His words were calm, empathetic, and rooted in shared experience, the kind of reaction that comes from understanding the risks fighters carry, both inside and outside the ring. It reflected a sense of solidarity that only those who've lived the life truly understand. The impact of the accident has reached far beyond physical recovery. Within the boxing community, there's a shared awareness of the emotional and mental challenges Joshua now faces. Fighters know that healing isn't just about the body, it's about processing trauma, regaining balance, and finding clarity after a sudden shock. Eubank's response reinforced the idea that real champions stand together when it matters most. Tony Bellew echoed that sentiment by focusing on Joshua's character rather than headlines. He highlighted the resilience and composure Joshua has shown in the face of adversity, qualities that continue to earn admiration from peers and fans alike. Bellew's perspective wasn't about drama or speculation. It was about respect as the boxing world watches Joshua's recovery. The moment has become a reminder of how dangerous life can be beyond the ropes. Titles fade, rivalries pause, and what remains is humanity. The support Joshua is receiving speaks to the person he is, not just the fighter he's been. And that's why he continues to be viewed as a role model across the sport.
Days where he could get seriously hurt. I don't believe Josh would have. I believe Josh might have some compassion in him. Yeah.
Liam Goff's coverage brings into focus the devastating human impact of Anthony Joshua's accident. Beyond the physical trauma, the loss of two close friends adds a level of grief that no championship belt can prepare someone for. It's a stark reminder that even the strongest figures in sport are not immune to life's most painful moments. That A.S. Joshua begins the long road toward recovery. Attention has inevitably spread across the wider boxing landscape. Public reactions from high-profile personalities have come under scrutiny, especially when their responses appear poorly timed or lacking sensitivity. In moments like this, perception matters and silence or missteps can quickly draw criticism. What stands out most, however, is the overwhelming support Joshua has received from fans, fellow fighters, and respected voices within the sport. That unity reflects the difference between controversy and character. While questions and speculation continue to circulate online, the boxing community has largely shifted its focus to compassion, respect, and hope for Joshua's healing. This moment has reinforced Joshua's standing not just as a champion in the ring, but as a figure who commands admiration through resilience and dignity. In contrast, it also shows how quickly attention can turn when actions or reactions fail to meet the gravity of a tragic situation. As clarity emerges over time, one thing is already clear. True respect is earned in moments of adversity.
Joshua injured in car accident. Two people who I believe were with Anthony Joshua were friends of his have tragically passed away. Before I carry on reading the article, the two people who have tragically passed, I My condolences is all I can say. To their friends and families, we'll definitely offer up some prayers for them.
Frank Warren's response highlights how deeply Anthony Joshua's accident has affected the wider boxing world. For promoters and fighters alike, moments like this expose how fragile life and careers can be beyond the ropes. Warren's remarks focus not only on the professional impact, but on the human cost, reminding fans that boxing is ultimately secondary to health, safety, and loss.in, the aftermath of the crash. Public attention has intensified around online reactions from several high-profile figures. Some posts have drawn criticism for their timing and tone, prompting debate and speculation across social media. As authorities continue to review the circumstances surrounding the incident, observers are being reminded of the difference between confirmed information and rumor. Police confirmation of the accident itself paints a sobering picture. While Joshua is reported to have avoided life-threatening injuries, the loss of close friends has cast a long shadow over the sport. The emotional weight of that loss has resonated throughout the boxing community. With fighters, promoters, and fans rallying behind him, Joshua's recovery has now become both a personal journey and a public moment of reflection. The contrast between genuine support from within the sport and questionable online reactions elsewhere has only sharpened the discussion around responsibility and empathy. This incident serves as a stark reminder of how quickly real-world tragedy can eclipse boxing drama and why professionalism and compassion matter most when the cameras stop rolling.
Was an accident at 9:30 a.m. local time, 8:30 our time, involving two vehicles in which two people have died, and Anthony Joshua has received minor injuries and he's been taken to hospital. So eyewitnesses say Joshua was in a Lexus SUV with 3 other passengers, and he was involved in an accident in which that Lexus collided with a truck that was stationary at the time. And there are videos online of a shaken Joshua being taken out of the car. So local police have confirmed that Joshua has suffered minor injuries, but that 2 people have died in that accident.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Joshua, future heavyweight Hall of Famer, has been in a severe car accident which killed 2 people. He is severely injured. He's still alive. There's footage out there of people helping Anthony Joshua out the vehicle. We don't know the details of what happened, if they was in a car accident, if they was just swerving around and lost control. We don't know, but my condolences go out to those who lost their lives. Hopefully it was just, man, a terrible accident. And also, hopefully Anthony Joshua will seek the medical attention that he needs. Check the everything, the head, the scan everything, x-ray, MRI, because we don't know if that could be internal bleeding as well. Adrenaline is pumping and you may feel like you're not okay, but you got to check everything. But hopefully he heals well, and Godspeed. And again, my condolences go out to those that lost their lives.